So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with yet another challenge, and today's going to be the 30-plus-year-old rebuild challenge. This is a challenge I've done in years past. It's relatively simple and self-explanatory, but just in case you couldn't pick it up, the way this one's going to work is that we're going to go ahead and do a fantasy draft. I'm going to go ahead and make probably the first 3 picks or so. From there, every single player that is on our team, or rather really in our 10-man rotation, has to be 30 years old or older. At no point may anybody who's 29 or younger be anywhere near this rotation, and the end goal is obviously win a championship. If I am remembering correctly from 2K23, this rebuild challenge is actually much harder than you would initially think it is. That's mostly because of regression, on top of the fact of, you look at players that are 30 plus years old, there are a lot of really good options, but there's not nearly as many as guys who are 29 and younger. So definitely a very tough one today. I'm super excited about it. Of course, as always, if you guys have any other video ideas, whether they're challenges, series, whatever it may be, let me hear it down below in the comment section. You guys have been great recently with all your comments, all your video ideas, and I really do appreciate it. So this one is definitely going to be a challenge today. Let's get into it. So the ideal situation before we kind of get into the fantasy draft is that we get a relatively high pick. We're able to get somebody like a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, any of the players of those caliber who are still superstars in this league and will be good for the entire 3 years of this video. But of course, we have no say in what pick we are going to get. So the eyes will be shut. We're going to randomly scroll through all 30 teams in the NBA and just pick whichever one we land on. We're going to stop right about now. And it is going to be the Indiana Pacers for us today. Relatively high pick. Oh my God, we have the 8th overall pick. Okay. Shit, I forgot about Steph Curry when I was going over the guys. My bad. Okay, so here is a look at the guys who have gone so far. We got very lucky, by the way. So obviously Luka was never an option. Embiid is 1 year away from potentially being an option. Obviously wouldn't have mattered now. So only one player is 30 plus years old who already went. That is Steph Curry. Would have been awesome to have him. I know I obviously didn't just mention him there with like Kawhi, LeBron, KD. I should have. That's a brain fart on my bad. But yeah, we definitely have options. So, we have LeBron James if we want to go out and get the greatest player in NBA history. Not getting into a LeBron versus MJ debate right now. Kevin Durant's another really viable option here for us. Kawhi Leonard here, as we mentioned. You still got Jimmy Butler. Anthony Davis would technically qualify. You see Damian Lillard down here. So my mind is telling me to go after LeBron. The only problem with drafting LeBron in one of these is that he tends to retire at the end of year 1. And if he retires at the end of year 1, obviously I can override that retirement for one more season, but heading into the 3rd and final season, I'm basically screwed. So I think Kevin Durant's going to be my guy. Not getting into a debate between KD and LeBron about who's better right now, but Kevin Durant doesn't retire throughout these videos, and he doesn't have crazy regression. And out of everybody here, he's probably one of the better players. So KD's going to be my guy. I might get some shit for that. LeBron didn't even go to 13. Kind of crazy to think about. But again, I think it's going to be a smart pick that's going to benefit us a lot in the long run. So now we're going to fall a little bit further here to see Drew Holiday here is obviously good. CJ McCollum is here. Derek White's 1 year away. Fuck. Van Vliet, same thing. So right now, I'm debating on a couple different players that I do see here. Rudy Gobert could be like a really solid defensive-minded center option for us, but him and KD potentially in the front court. Not a bad decision. Now, I know all of these guys are going to have regression. What my goal right now is to do is just off memory and maybe age a little bit as well. Which of these guys that I could draft regresses the least throughout a 3-year rebuild? That's kind of my main goal right now. So I'm not saying it's Gobert, but I do think he's potentially the best player here on the board for us. So, we're going to go ahead and take Rudy. I'm excited about that pick. I think he could be very beneficial for us. And, well, Drew Holiday's still sitting here. So do I want Drew Holiday? Do I want CJ McCollum? I might go CJ. I feel like his regression isn't as bad as Drew's. I just know how bad Drew regresses. It sucks. It's unfortunate. It's really not even realistic, but just the way 2K kind of operates. Jonas Valanciunas, if we needed a center, he'd maybe be a little bit higher up on my board. Draymond Green, I don't know. I just don't think the numbers are really there. So you know what? CJ McCollum's going to be my guy there. That's going to be our last pick. I'll see you guys the rest of this team. All right, the draft is finally complete. We are ready to take a look at the remainder of this team. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I went ahead and made actually 2 more picks after the first 3. Now, I could have made all of them and just cut to this, but I didn't want to waste that much time. And the reason I didn't show you guys the next 2 is because I know how long these videos do get. But I will show you guys the roster right now. We went ahead and drafted Durant, Gobert, and McCollum. I personally picked Chris Paul in round 4 and Buddy Hield in round 5. And unfortunately, it looks like as soon as I hit sim, they decided to draft a bunch of younger players. Of course, the one video I want 2K to draft older guys that go younger, because typically they always go older. So some position moving around is definitely going to happen. We take a look at everybody here. Daniel Tice is one of the only bench pieces. Actually, he is at this point in time, the only bench piece that hypothetically could be in this rotation. So we're going to move around some positions. We're going to make some trades. See you guys with our first move. So our first trade of this video is going to come with the Charlotte Hornets, and it looks like this. Luke Kennard, Lindy Walters, and a 2024 second-round pick are heading to Charlotte for Andre Drummond and Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. Now, JRE is not obviously going to stay on this team, but Drummond, for the options that we actually could have gone for at a backup center, he's about as good as you're going to get. The dude's an absolute monster on the boards. I think he's been relatively underrated his whole career. So welcome to the team, Andre. Super excited to see what he can kind of provide for us, hopefully for multiple seasons. Our next trade is going to come with the Brooklyn Nets, and we're going to be picking up Bojan Bogdanovic. I actually considered drafting him in the 5th round when I went ahead and took Buddy Hield. I went with Hield just because the overalls are similar. He was a few years younger, but we're going to be picking up Bojan in a trade here. We do have to give up DeAndre Hunter and JRE. It's unfortunate. I like DeAndre Hunter a lot. Would have been valuable if he was just 5 years older. So I see we also get Mason Plumlee back in the deal, and although he does fit the age requirement, he doesn't really fit the need requirement at the center position right now for us. So in all likelihood, he will be on his way out as well. I know we are obviously making a lot of trades, but everybody's got to be 30 plus years old. So let's make some more. Josh Green and Mo Wagner are headed to Minnesota in a deal for Georges Niang and Sam Merrill. Now, I don't love this trade just from a value standpoint, but Niang is 30 years old. He's on a multi-year contract. Could be an asset at some point in time, and more importantly, he can fit in the rotation right now. So I know many of you are probably saying, well, you just got Bojan Bogdanovic. You have a power forward. It's very simple. Bojan, and to move him to small forward, he actually goes up to, holy shit, I didn't know he was at 84. All right, maybe Buddy Hield will come off the bench. That's an insane jump from position to position, but we are done with that deal. I think at this point, I have to figure out a backup point guard behind Chris Paul, backup shooting guard, and everywhere else for the backups, we are basically all set. So a couple more trades coming. I'm making a trade that I might get some shit for, and it's not really a necessary trade, but it's a trade that I think is going to be smart. I have no idea what Chris Paul is going to do this offseason. He could retire, and I basically lose him for nothing. Maybe he stands here, but what I know for a fact is that 38-year-old Chris Paul, throughout the course of this video, is going to hit regression like a goddamn truck. So, to counteract that, we are going to just alleviate that problem, pick up Malcolm Brogdon. We're also getting Dorian Finney-Smith, well, I guess in some sense of the word, is an upgrade over Georges Niang. So I'm excited to have Brogdon at multi-year contract, kind of similar to what we have here with Chris Paul, and he's 8 years younger, and he's 1 overall lower. So I think this deal makes a lot of sense for us. I'm excited about it. I'd love to try to add TJ McConnell to this team. Clearly going to go ahead and fit the age threshold. He's on a multi-year contract. He's 1 overall higher than Morrison. This would make a lot of sense for me. So they do not want to do it straight up. How about if I include, like, Brandon Bot? I can't afford it. So that's a problem in and of itself. I don't want to give up a lot of draft picks. Of course, we're not going to actually be able to use any of the draft picks in the draft, but they are still relatively valuable. So I'll give up one in 2028. That's the only draft pick I wanted to give up. Now what I'm going to do, because our rotation is set, I didn't actually have to make an extra trade. I figured it out. I just moved Hield back to the shooting guard spot, so he'll back up McCollum. I moved DFS to the small forward spot, and then Niang will still play behind Mr. Kevin Durant. So Plumlee, I know, as I mentioned, fits the age requirement. There's just really not a need for him on this team, so anybody who wants to give me any sort of draft pick, I will take it. Perfect. Great fucking deal right there. First round pick there from the Hawks. Now, DeLon Wright also really doesn't serve many purposes. Again, if he was on a multi-year deal, I'd probably hang on to him. Let's just see. A guy like Maxi Kleber, this is a deal I'm going to take just because a multi-year contract will be a trade asset come off-season time. And then finally, Sam Merrill. I don't want to hold on to guys who are younger than 30 that are on multi-year deals. That feels a little cheesy. So, you know, if I can get a draft pick or somebody who's 30-plus years old on that multi-year contract, I'll probably go ahead and make that trade. But I don't see anything yet, just from an age perspective. Kyle Lowry, but I don't really know if that one is really realistic in any sense of the word realistic for this rebuild. Of course, I know none of these trades are actually realistic, but yeah, no, there's really not much here. Is there anybody else on this team? Oh, no, I don't want to trade Kleba. All right, that's pretty much it then at this point. I don't know. I mean, is there anything here? I'm just going to pick up Frank Kaminsky in a second. Look, I know I could keep Sam Merrill. He wouldn't play, and I'd trade him in the offseason, but everybody's supposed to be 30-plus. I don't want to have a trade asset who's not 30-plus, as I just mentioned. So a lot of trades. I know this video is going to be long. Let's set the rotation. After a plethora of trades, we are finally ready to kick off year one here in Indiana. We obviously started out really well, going ahead and making 5 draft picks that all kind of fit the threshold we were looking for. On top of that, made a ton of different moves to help bolster this bench. We're in a really good spot right now. I don't know if we're top of the top, but we are definitely in a good position. Malcolm Brogdon, CJ McCollum, Bojan Bogdanovic, Kevin Durant, and Rudy Gobert as our starting 5. Bench unit is going to be led by Buddy Hield as the 6th man. You got Dorian Finney-Smith behind him. Andre Drummond, our backup center. TJ McConnell, our backup point guard. Georges Niang rounding out to the 10-man group. So Again, I don't know how high up we are in terms of power rankings, but obviously with a 30-year plus limit, or I guess minimum requirement rather, this team has experience. There's experience, there's talent, there's a whole lot of different things here, and I think they do fit well together. So I'll see you guys at the end of year one. We had a really solid first season here in Indiana. We won 57 games, which for a fantasy draft, that's like as elite as you can get for a year one, and I will definitely take it. Speaking of elite, Ja Morant is a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's your MVP, and those are MVP-type numbers. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, is a Sacramento King. John Wall, Sixth Man of the Year in Miami. Joel Embiid in a Rockets jersey. It always throws me off just seeing a lot of these guys in different jerseys. Kuminga, Most Improved Player. De'Aaron Fox, Clutch Player of the Year. And Darvin Ham, Coach of the Year. Those are words that'll probably never come out of my mouth again. Okay, let's see where we are in these standings. We are the 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference, which is fantastic. Now, does that mean anything? Not really, but it's very nice to see. We have the second best record in all of basketball. Here are the numbers on the season. How did everybody play? Kevin Durant led us in scoring. CJ McCollum right behind him. You got Bojan in there as third. Brogdon, Hield, Gobert, Drummond, DFS, McConnell, and Niang. Rebounds per game is going to be Gobert, and assist is Mr. Brogdon. So we are facing a play-in team. That play-in team is going to be the New York Knicks. They have Kyle Lowry, Dante DiVincenzo, Paul George, Isaac, seeing Tingus Pingus. Why is DeMar DeRozan not starting? Play him at the 4. How hard is that? Tingus can shoot. It's not the end of the world. But I was just going to say, seeing Porzingis in a Knicks jersey again is just crazy to see. I love him on my Celtics, though. All right, we're 1-1 right now with the New York Knicks. We go down 2-1. We tie it up at 2, go up 3, and win in 6. Beautiful. All right, moving on to the East semis here. You got Jamal Murray, Klay Thompson, Michael Porter Jr., Chet Holmgren. Holy shit, this is a very talented, what are they, 5 seed? Yeah, that's an insane 5 seed there, but it only gets harder as you move on. So we are currently up 2-1. They tie it up. We go up. And we close them out. Okay, Eastern Conference Finals in year 1. Of course, a very good feeling. We're getting there, man. Tyrese Halliburton, Herb Jones. You got Ben Mathurin, Julius Randle, Capella. You got Schroeder off the bench. You got Moses Moody there. So really good team. Tyrese Halliburton is elite. There's no really way around that. So I still think we have the best player in the series in Mr. Kevin Durant. So let's see if we can get it done. Quick 2-0 lead for us. They do win Game 3 and Game 4. We win the first 2 games and then lose 4 straight. Oh, man, that is unfortunate. Thunder, Ja Morant. This game loves Ja Morant. An MVP in year 1, a finals MVP in year 1. Insane. Okay, it is time for our first offseason. This right here is why I did not draft LeBron. Now, I'm not saying it would have been bad to have him for only 2 seasons, but in a 3-year rebuild, you kind of need the GOAT for all 3 years. I don't know. So that made sense to me. I'm very happy with our pick, but still, oh, shit, I meant to override LeBron's retirement. Fuck, my fault. I'll do Popovich's. My bad. I always do it. I fucked up there. I did. I know if I had him, I probably wouldn't have fucked it up. All right, draft lottery. We're not going to have a pick in the lottery, but we'll go ahead and sim it anyways. It is the Kings, who have Victor Wembanyama already. The Nets, the Rockets, the Bulls, and the Trailblazers. We head up to staff signing. Rick Carlisle, the head coach here, has pretty decent ratings. I like Rick Carlisle. I don't think he's like elite, like top, like Spoelstra or Kerr or Popovich elite, but he's a relatively solid head coach. So he'll stay. Good ratings. Good season. Okay, up to the draft. I know we do have our first round pick. Clearly, it doesn't really mean much because we, again, can't really draft anybody who can play for us. But I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. There's a possibility that maybe I draft somebody, then trade them. And that is very much different from me actually keeping a guy like Sam Merrill on the roster. So, or maybe I just trade it right now. I'm not 100% sure. Oh my... What the fuck? I just got Damian Lillard. We sent Brogdon, Kleba, Georges Niang, a couple draft picks, and Dame was ours like that? I have noticed recently that it is much easier to make blockbusters in like a fantasy draft. I don't know why, but that is nuts. And he was in Miami. I'm sorry, Heat fans. I know you got to see it for 1 season. I can't believe that's all it took to get Damian Lillard. I'll take it, though. All right, so no more draft pick. That's fine by me. We are heading into a very exciting second season now with Dame. I mean, I still can't believe we actually were able to get him. I definitely like to retain Buddy Hield. He was definitely valuable for us. Andre Drummond's another guy I would like to bring back as well. So I don't know if we're going to have the money for him. I'd like to find a way. Shit, does not appear that we are going to. I just want to confirm that Andre Drummond is out of reach. Not by much. Will he sign that? Shit. All right, Andre Drummond goes to Denver, meaning we do need to find ourselves a new backup center. Of course, he would have been a fantastic... Oh, no, he didn't. Wait. Wait. Okay. This video is going my way today. It is, and I'll take it. All right, so in terms of any other major changes, I don't see many. I mean, I know we traded Niang, so I'd like to find a backup for Kevin Durant. It's not going to be anybody amazing, obviously. Wait a minute. Timeout. I traded Niang. Now he's in free agency. Did they release him? I traded him. No, I'm sorry. I traded Kleba. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute moron. Okay, well, no, not Rocco. Now I'd like to retain Niang. I think he's a relatively solid option. A few years younger than Rocco. Feels good. Okay, man. Insane offseason. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. The major problem we all knew we were going to have to face at some point throughout the course of this rebuild was the regression factor. Now, obviously, you can kind of see that it is kind of starting to take shape here as we head into our second season. And it's unfortunate, but I'm still really confident in this team. I don't really suspect we're going to have too big of a major fall off. Of course, adding Damian Lillard is going to help to that equation. I do see the regression on pretty much everybody, though. So it sucks to see. It's unfortunate. It's definitely part of the challenge of this. So I'd like to get the championship done now, but of course we are going 3 seasons, so we got time. I didn't even realize we, re-teamed up CJ and Dame, so super excited about that. They're our backcourt. Bojan's still here at the 3, got KD at the 4, Gobert rounding out this starting 5. Bench unit, Buddy Hield will remain a 6-man. I'm surprised Buddy Hield regresses so much in this game. It's very strange to see. Also, he's the sneakiest 30 years old of all time. I think because what? He played 4 years at Oklahoma, correct? DFS behind him, we got Andre Drummond, who we brought back, TJ McConnell, Georges Niang, rounding out this 10-man rotation. So again, there's not exactly like a ticking time bomb going on with this team, but we definitely have to be careful because we don't win it this year. Might have to make another major move. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. We have a new MVP this season, but we do not, unfortunately, have a new record. We go 57-25 once again. It's still a really good record. It's nothing to be pissed about. It's just very much on par with how we were last year, even though we made significant addition in Damian Lillard. But again, not mad about it. Luka Doncic, he is a member of the Utah Jazz. He is your MVP. Those are MVP type numbers. Devin Carter is your rookie of the year. You don't see that very out of Providence. Wow. Yeah, I think I've heard him. Heard of him. Scary Terry, 6-man of the year, is a Clipper. Joel Embiid, Depoy once again. Chet Holmgren, most improved, is an Atlanta Hawk. John Morant, clutch player of the year, coming off an MVP and a Finals MVP. And 66 wins for Luka, Will Hardy, and the rest of the Utah Jazz. He takes home coach of the year. Okay, here are the standings. Obviously, excuse me, I was trying to look at the West. We are the 2 seed now. We were the 1 seed last year. Toronto was the 1 seed with 60 wins here, and 66 for Utah with the best record in all of basketball. So let's check out the numbers. I imagine that Dame and KD were our 1-2 punch. They were. Got McCollum as a really solid third option. Bojan, even though we saw a little bit of regression with that overall, still putting up decent numbers, but he healed Drummond, Gobert, McConnell, Smith, and Niang. All right, boards per game is going to be Gobert, and assist is Damian Lillard. So first round of the playoffs, we are still facing a play-in team. It is going to be the Charlotte Hornets. Bones Highland, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Brown, Precious Chua Şengün here. You got Brickleberry, Simmons, Dyson Daniels. I think this team's very beatable. I'm not going to lie to you. I think our 2 best players are better than their best players, so we sweep. Moving on to the Orlando Magic. Tyrese Maxey, Devin Vassell, Larry Markkinen, Tari Easton, Marvin Bagley. Another good team with like a solid 1-2 punch of Maxey and Markkinen. Good supporting player here. And Vassell and Easton, but I don't really see it. I think we're better. I stand by that. I think this team's very beatable, so we're okay. We're down 2-1. We do tie it up 2-2. We lose game 5, win game 6, and win game 7. On to these finals once again. The Toronto Raptors won what? 60 games? Ball, Murray, Thompson, Harris, Valanciunas. Really solid starting 5. I still think we're the better team. I do. I stand by that. So can we get it done here in the Eastern Conference Finals? We tied up 1-1, go up 2-1, go up 3-1. Don't blow a 3-1 lead. Thank you. We're on to the NBA Finals to take on the 66-win Utah Jazz, along with Luka Doncic. I mean, the team outside... I didn't even realize Devin Carter won Rookie. They're playing next to Luka. Barrett, Siakam, Wiseman. We got Keegan Murray here as well. So this team is immensely talented. There's really no way around that. They have the best player. That's not a debate. But I just think we're a more complete team. So I don't know. Maybe the series goes our way. Maybe it doesn't. We are 1-1 right now with the Jazz. Go up 2-1, up 3-1. And can we get a championship here in year 2 and not have me stress my ass off heading into the final season? Well, this game is not going well. Okay, fighting back a little. Okay, are you kidding me? God damn it. Okay, this one's out of reach. Game 6 here in Indiana. Please close them out. It's all I'm asking for. Come on. Don't do this to me. Fight. Have some balls. Okay. Hold them off. See you guys in there. There's just over 4 minutes to go here in Game 6. I know this is typically a little earlier than I would traditionally hop in, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's not like it's a contested game. We're not going to be playing till the end of it. So, we're going to do probably just a couple possessions. I know these videos are long as hell. Luka couldn't guard a parked car. So at this point, I'm just going to get a couple shots up, see if we can extend this lead a little bit, and wrap off a championship season, because I am very, very happy about the way this season has gone. A lot of adversity, big battles, overall really good season, you know, regular season wise, and then of course stepped it up a little bit come playoff time. So I'm pumped. I'm happy. We're going to do one more season after this, probably 1 or 2 changes, just because, again, especially with the regression factor, you know, you never really know. This man right here, especially Mr. Bogdanovich, is probably on his way out. You know, we saw 3 overall decrease heading into year 2, so I don't really want to know what that's going to be heading into the final season, so we'll see. Kevin Durant going to go up, no contact. Bojan with the putback. I start talking shit, and the man's making plays. So one more defensive, one more offensive, and we will basically call it a video at this point. But yeah, you know, this was exciting. You know, I remember last year actually seemed a little bit harder. I don't know if that was just the team I was gifted or whatever the situation was, drafted, but it didn't go this smoothly, I don't think. At least I don't remember it that way when we had this team last year. So super excited about the way this one's going to go. Just score, Keegan. I don't care. Just score. Thanks. All right, I don't know who I want to use. Let's see if we can run some sort of action with KD and Dame. That would be pretty cool, I think. So Dame's going to take the ball up. Hopefully KD gives me the screen. He does. That's exactly what I was looking for. Good night. Championships in year 2s are always fantastic because it does alleviate a lot of the pressure. That does not mean... Okay, fuck you, 2K. I hate that shit. That does not mean we still don't have a 3rd season to go, because we definitely do, and there's still the big regression factor, and I'm very much going to make decisions based off that fact, because I like the team a lot. It's great to have all these guys here, but I can't keep everybody. That would just be idiotic. So, draft lottery time. It is the Heat, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Clippers, and the Timberwolves. Funny. Just looking at, like, that top 5 right now, it's just so many good, like, really good teams in the actual NBA right now. It's kind of crazy to see. Staff signing, we're good with Carlisle. Clearly, you know, you don't fire a championship-winning head coach the year after he does it. And we have the 12th overall pick in round 2. I'm just going to trade this away. I'm not going to try to force that into a bigger trade. We head up to team player options, so 2 exceptions. One from Gobert, or not exceptions, accepted? I don't know. Gobert and DFS both coming back. We take a look at qualifying. We have none. I believe Bojan is a free agent. Is he not? I thought he was. I don't know why. No, he is. I guess it just didn't want to let me offer him a contract. Is he going to really go for nothing? Wait, did he retire? Shit. Shit. I didn't even realize. I didn't even look. Fuck, I can't get to the player retirements. Did Bojan Bogdanovich retire? He did. Well, I wish I knew that. I didn't realize he had only played 11 years in the NBA, and he was far down the list, meaning I have no way to get any sort of value out of him. Fuck. Well, that sucks. I'm going to have to work on something and hopefully find a way to kind of make up for the value that he provided and just the overall fit that he had with this team. So I have to work on finding myself either a new power forward or a new small forward, because KD can obviously play either. So I guess let's find something. Real quick before the trade, we're bringing in 31-year-old Kyle Anderson on a 2-year contract, clearly only going to be for 1 season, but he's going to provide us with a little bit more depth, and he does make Georges Niang a little bit more expendable. So what we're going to do right now is I think we're going to take the direction of maybe trimming this down to a 9-man rotation. I know this team is old as hell, so maybe going less players, more minutes isn't the smartest thing to do, but ultimately Kevin Durant's so good, I don't think it's really going to matter. So let's see some options. You know what, I'll be back. We're going to talk to the Cleveland Cavaliers and see if there's any level of willingness to trade me Julius Randle. He just hit 30 years old, which is, of course, super beneficial to me. I don't love giving up both Hield and DFS, but I've tried 85 other trades, and with the other guys we have, the money just doesn't work. So I know damn well they're both going to regress like everybody is on this team, so I can kind of live with it. We're just going to probably have to move even more pieces after this. So I'm hoping it doesn't take all of my draft picks to get this done. Thank God it does not. So this is going to move Kevin Durant to the small forward spot, which is, of course, going to be beneficial to us. So his backup position, or secondary rather, will be the power forward. So at this point in time, we have some depth here. We're good in the front court, and I'm going to probably look to trade Niang at this point for some sort of backup guard. And honestly, if I can trade him for a backup shooting guard and just let KD sit by himself, I think I'll live with that. So Georges Niang, a first-round pick, second-round pick. Just give me a shooting guard. Literally anybody who is 30-plus years old. Woody Popson. Okay, not 30, but interesting name nonetheless. Yeah, that's the problem because when guys get older, they tend to make more money than they do in their rookie scale contract. And Georges Niang, with the dollar amount he's making in terms of AAV, is kind of close to that. So let's just see. Shooting guard options that are like, I don't know, making $3-4 million bucks. It's probably not a long list, and all the guys are probably relatively young, but this is what we got to do when we're in the trenches here. And basically what is going to be our final season. So Sam Merrill's 29. I don't think he would be 30 by the time next season starts. Caruso is actually a free agent. We just don't have the money to go out and get him. So if I sort this by age, what do I got? Okay, Kyrie, no. He's also a free agent. Who's not a free? Everybody's a fucking free agent. Literally everybody I'm looking at right now. And okay, well, there actually are no options literally on the table for me. So you know what? This is going to make me go ahead and sign somebody like, I don't know. I'm just going to sign Gary Payton, and there's a distinct possibility I work on a trade at the start of next season. It's kind of crazy, but Victor Oladipo is like legitimately our only option. It's insane that that's actually a realistic thing, but he is, and we're heading into the final season, so I'm going to give up the draft picks, mostly because I don't care. But if I'll just show you guys real quick. If I sort by players, like making realistic money, if I go shooting guards that are making like $4 million or less and sort by age, you're going to be like insanely shocked when you look at this list. And again, it does make sense, like money-wise when you look at it, but like Terrence Ross, 70 overall. Oladipo we just picked up. Rivers is a free agent. Damian Lee, like none of these guys were going to benefit us more. I mean, maybe Duncan Robinson, but it was literally just those two. So that's the guy we're going with. Let's set this rotation. I have no idea how this final season's going to go. All I do know is that I'm super happy we won the championship in year 2. I didn't even realize CJ McCollum's down to a 79 overall. Maybe should have considered trading him a little bit more, but I was very happy with the championship we won. So, you know, I'm extremely, extremely grateful that we got it done last year because I don't know how this year's going to go. There's clearly talent here, but regression is just hitting insane right now. So, yeah, Victor Oladipo is going to be my 6th man. I don't like big men as 6th man. Also cool to see Victor Oladipo back in a Pacers jersey. Drummond behind him, Kyle Anderson and TJ McConnell round out our 9-man rotation. Like Javon Carter here, he's not playing, but yeah, insane to think about. I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. You know, they say things get better with age. Take notes, Josh Giddey. This team was no exception. We somehow had our best regular season yet at 65-17. I mean, this game continues to amaze me every single day I play it. There's no reason this was our best team yet. I get Julius Randle's an addition, but we saw regression like crack with guys like CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard's going down, Rudy Gobert. I mean, it's just insane. It blows my mind. But here we are, competing for yet another championship, heading into our final regular season playoff run. Insane. Luka Doncic, yet another MVP. Cooper Flag is a Los Angeles Clipper. You got Markelle Fultz, 6th man of the year. Funny enough, he ended up in Orlando. Victor Wembanyama. Ron Holland, most improved. Tyler Hero, clutch player of the year. Rick Carlisle, coach of the year. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the 9-man rotation did it. Maybe everybody just playing out of their minds for one last run together. Who the hell knows? It is insane, though. Here are the numbers. KD nearly at 28 points a game at 37 years old is mind-boggling. You got Damian Lillard, Julius Randle, McCollum still, even though he's a 79 overall, or well, now 80. Victor Oladipo, who we basically got, I don't want to say for nothing because we have 2 first-round picks, but we found him from nowhere, right? He was our only option, and he performed extremely well off the bench. I mean, everybody just really kind of stepping up right now, doing their thing. And it's looking good. I'm feeling good. I mean, can we get another championship? I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. Trae Young, Zach LaVine, Cam Whitmore, John Collins, Jarrett Allen. Very, very talented play-in team right there. Definitely scared the living shit out of me, so I'm not wanting a round 1 upset. We are currently up 3-1 against the Wizards. They do win Game 5. And we win in 6. All right, moving on to the Atlanta Hawks here in the semifinals. Cade, Hawkins, MPJ, Baldwin, Chet Holmgren. Good team. Obviously, Cade and Chet are a very good duo. MPJ is an elite 3rd option, but I just don't really see them beating us. So let's see if that comes true. We're up 2-1 right now. They tie it up 2-2. We go up 3-2. We close them out in 6. I did not mean to do that. It is the Eastern Conference Finals. It is us and the Milwaukee Bucks. Quickly, Walker, Brown, Scotty Barnes, Nick Claxton. Again, it doesn't really move me too much. I don't know why. Maybe they should because they're winning right now. We're up 3-1. All right. That's all she wrote. We officially end up losing in the Eastern Conference Finals in our final season. And honestly, I don't know if anybody's beating who was on that Thunder team. Like, just curious. We were not touching this team. There's no fucking way we were touching this team. All right, man. I'm happy again. We have obviously a championship in year 2. I know on paper the roster might not look pretty with the overalls right now, but this was still a really good team and a really fun video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this video has been long as hell. I'll keep it short. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Once again, thank you guys for all the support lately. It's been absolutely fantastic. And that's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.